People here in Helsinki ask me, how can we improve productivity? Of course, what they're asking is, how can we improve labor productivity? Labor productivity in Lean is actually quite straightforward. It does not come from actually looking at making people work longer or harder. It comes about how you improve their working environment. There are 2 or 3 questions about this. The first question is, why do you want to improve productivity in the first place? What is the point of making people work harder or longer if you don't have more demand? The real productivity improvement happens when you assume that demand is steady or dropping and you need to better use your global resources of the company. From the very early days of Lean, we know how to do this. The first thing is working at takt time, which is working exactly at capacity. And the second thing is flowing better the flow of work so that we can see how every person works and make it easier for them. So really, improving productivity comes first from improving your capital use, your assets, and improving your working capital use, which is the flow through the company. If you imagine any factory, you will find that workers really spend a lot of time first moving from one station to the other if the station is not flexible enough, and then losing a lot of time when they have logistical problems, like when the parts are not there or the machine is not there. So their productivity in their own working cycle is vastly conditioned by the setting in which they're put in. So to answer the question, how can Lean help us improve productivity? First, it's an excellent question because clearly productivity is wealth. But the second part of the question is that this is not directly linked to the actual cycle. This is linked to the conditions in which a cycle is. So if we first improve flexibility in order to be working exactly at takt time, secondly, improve the flow of work and the flow of logistics, so we're not stopped for missing parts or missing machines. Then each worker can look at their own cycle, stabilize it, find the proper standard work, and they'll find that on top of it, they'll become more productive as well. Labor productivity is only a small part of the equation. Labor productivity only affects labor cost, which usually affects no more than 10 to 20% of the total cost. The real Lean challenge is how can we improve total productivity, which affects total profit. So labor productivity, or productivity in general, is not such a question of labor productivity. It's really a question of understanding the capital use and the flow of work through the company that makes us create a space for workers to improve their own jobs, instruct others at working standards, and in their turn, becoming more productive.